Alyssa Reynolds here today on a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. I am so excited about today, and the energy has been really high, really powerful, really intense from Pallas Athena, who, of all the energies I have connected with, she is probably my favorite and the one who I feel the most akin to, which, for those of you who are new to the channel and perhaps haven't seen some of my past channelings of Athena, I have always felt very, very close to her ever since I was quite young and first discovering Greek myths. Of all the different characters that showed up in the Greek myths, I always gravitated toward anything with Athena. As a young girl, most of the books that I love to read, most of the stories that I love to read, were all about girls and young women who were very strong-minded, very confident, and often going off and fighting. For example, one of my favorite series was, well, just about anything written by the author Tamora Pierce. And Athena was the absolute embodiment of all of that. She was a goddess of wisdom. She was a goddess of war, strength, courage. And in so many of her stories, I got all of those different feelings, as well as so much love, so much compassion, and so much strong feminine independence. And her energy too was the first real experience that I had with spirit and really sensing energy beyond my connections with the fairies when I was really, really young. I went on a university course that took me overseas to Greece and Turkey for a couple months, and I went to so many wonderful sacred sites between Delphi and Eleusis and Olympia and so many others that were just wonderful and they resonated beautifully, but nothing was like standing beneath the Parthenon, which was built in Athens for Athena. Underneath those pillars, that was the first time I really got a true sense of her strength. And her strength in the sense of her wisdom, her compassion, and just absolute love. And it was such a reminder for me that, as she's told me that she wished to speak on today, you have so many sides to yourself that go into your power. And so, without further ado, because she is coming in really strong right now, rushing in from the front and just pooling all down from my crown to my feet. This is what she has to say, and she has much that she wishes to relay to all of you on the subject of empowering yourself. She says, just as I have just said, the self is many parts. The self is many streams, many creeks, many rivers, tributaries that flow into one greater river, and that one great river flows into one great ocean. And that great ocean is made up of thousands of rivers. That if you follow those rivers upstream, they break into thousands more creeks and streams, and deep down into wells. These are simply images to help you see and feel what your true self is. It is many, many parts, and no part is better or worse or good or bad. There are no labels to any of those parts. You put labels to things to coexist with each other in your reality. But take those all away. Step away from your reality. And all that exists are many flowing parts that work together, that are needed in order for the others to work together. There is no ocean without rivers, without streams. And there is no ocean, too, without a sky, without clouds, and without creatures to inhabit that ocean and those streams. You are a microcosm of the earth and of the universe. Treat yourself with the same kindness. Honor yourself with the same reverence that you give to and show all those things that you perceive are outside of yourself. They are not truly outside of yourself. They are simply as this image of yourself as many rivers and streams and flowing into a greater ocean is an image. Those two are simply an image that you and many others are walking within and have chosen to walk within and have chosen to make as your reality. But that does not mean that whatever others have chosen as their reality must be your reality. Your reality is yours alone, just as you are a stream and a river and an ocean of your own that links into the greater streams and the rivers and the oceans. I am stepping forward at this time, she says. I step forward to relay this reminder. As more and more light begins to anchor, and each of you begins to anchor more light, each of you are pillars, each of you, to continue the image, are those streams holding light, holding within you so much. And it is time now to hold just the light and to begin holding just the light and create within you what some call the new earth. It is not just of or new for the earth that you are upon. That is the collective creation of the earth, of so many other energies all working together to create the space that you physically walk upon. But there is a new earth within you. You are stepping forward now and have the choice to step forward now, to begin anchoring more light within you and create within yourself a new earth. This new earth is beginning to recognize and to fully recognize and to celebrate and to honor and to share your power. For you are many streams of energy all together, flowing together to create your physical form, to create your mental forms, to create that which you have been in your perceptions of past and your perceptions of now, present, and now, and now, and now. And lead into your perceptions of what the future holds and what the future can hold, all dependent upon your perception. So, I come forward now to remind all of you, do not ignore, do not disregard any aspect of yourself. Acknowledge each aspect of yourself now. And if you have been acknowledging each aspect of yourself, keep acknowledging each aspect of yourself. Make it a practice. Like you would caring for your physical body, brushing your teeth, having baths and showers, caring for your nails, your hair, sleeping daily, drinking water. Care for all aspects of yourself. And if that means, in the beginning, acknowledging each of yourselves with a label, begin with that. For through recognition of something, does it exist? And if a name must be applied, apply a name. But eventually, as you bring all aspects of yourself together and you honor them and you love them and you think each aspect of yourself for that which that self has taught you and that which that self has done to bring you to this moment now, you will no longer need a name for each of those different selves, for the only self will be your whole. It may take on simply the name of you or I, and eventually that too will fall away, for you are just a microcosm of the universe. You are a piece of source. So, what can you do? You may ask. This one asks. She is laughing so much right now because of what I've just asked her. And she says, there is nothing that you have to do beyond simply acknowledging each aspect of yourself as it is used throughout your moments. Think of, if it helps, just laughing again, of yourselves as hats or as faces or as gloves, and put on that self as a hat or as a face or as a glove, and be that self in any moment. Be that mother in one moment. Be that wife in a moment. Be that daughter in a moment. Be that sister in a moment. Be that niece in a moment. Be that co-worker in a moment. Be that musician in a moment. Be that artist in a moment. Be that engineer in a moment. Be that mathematician in a moment. Be that business person in a moment. Be that dreamer in a moment. Be that lover in a moment. Be that hoper in a moment. Be that seeker in a moment. Be that adventurer in a moment. There are many, many words that go on and on with the many ways and selves that you may identify you. Even as a color, you may be that blue in a moment. You may be that cat in a moment. You may be that leaf, or that cloud, or that camera, or that rock. Be each of those things and all those things in each moment, and acknowledge that thing that you are being in that moment, that you are connecting to as in that moment, and thank it and love it. Hug it close. Tell it that it is valued and it is strong, and it has built you into the powerful warrior that you are today, stepping forward always, even if and when it may feel that you are not stepping forward and you wonder if a step has gone backwards or sideways or off what track you thought you were on. You are still making a step forward, for each step is part of yourself. It is part of the creeks, the streams, the rivers that lead into the greater ocean, and building out from that, it is all the things that are within those bodies of water. No step, though it may be called that, going backward or sideways, is not a going backward or sideways in the scheme of all that is. It is a step that has been made to take you through your tributaries, and eventually you will reconnect with Source. But now, in this now, focus upon celebrating and honoring all aspects of yourself. You are a pillar of energy and are becoming a pillar of light. It is your choice how bright you will shine. And I encourage you to shine, to be a beacon, calling a war cry to all, to stand up and to fight by loving each aspect of yourself. When you fall, give yourself a hug, love yourself, thank yourself for that experience. And know that you fell, but there was a stop. You did not keep falling. There is no falling and falling and falling. For that too is only in your perception. That falling, if you fall, is part of your path. And thank the self that tumbled for giving you that experience and for adding to the richness of your waters of self. For those waters are what feed all other waters, and what feeds everything within those waters and without those waters. And if each person can love every aspect of their self and daily thank each aspect of their self and be proud of each aspect of their self when they do something, no matter how small that act is or how great that act is, you are always moving forward and putting on the hat of mother, putting on the hat of sister, putting on the hat of co-worker, of dreamer, of thinker, of wanderer, of seeker, of adventurer, of lover. Those are each moving you forward. There is nothing that you have to do. Just move forward, being all parts of yourself. And if you can acknowledge and thank and love each part of yourself, that will open you to allowing in more light and allowing in more of all things. For you will find that the more you go within and you see all of who you have been and who you are and who you dream of being, you will become that which you cannot even yet dream of. Many, many more doors will open that you had never thought of when you begin to see all parts of yourself. And she says, to empower yourself is to first acknowledge all aspects of yourself. And nothing must be done, but you can begin to actively acknowledge every day and every moment when you are being one aspect of yourself. Take the time to stop and to acknowledge that self, to honor that self. For you are not just one solitary piece. You are many pieces. You are an army within your physical form. You are, to go back to the visual of the streams and the creeks and the rivers and the ocean. You are thousands and thousands of tributaries that in every moment are breaking off and changing and growing and flowing. If you must do something, step forward into the flow. Listen to what one aspect of yourself is saying, and does that one aspect of that self flow with another aspect and another aspect and another aspect? If it does not, thank that self and acknowledge that self and love that self, and then let go of that self, and that self will then become a river that is in your past, a river that is deeper inland than the rivers and the creeks and the streams that are closer to you as the whole great ocean. Step forward now and be all of yourselves, but remember to let go of and thank those that no longer flow with the selves that you are now, but do not forget about them. Simply thank them and let them go. And so all will continue to flow. She says, "Thank you, dear ones, for listening to and feeling my message. You are all anchoring the light. Even if it does not feel like light, you are beginning to become an anchor. And light is opening and opening. Keep stepping forward. And honor all parts of yourself, here, now, then, and to come." I'm feeling her whoosh. Wow, what a wonderful, wonderful message that was. Oof. I don't know about all of you, but that got me really fired up. Really fired up. So, go forth into the lovely week that is upcoming. It is almost summertime. How exciting is that? And I will see all of you again on the weekend. So until then, love and light to all of you, and goodbye for now.